Hello, my dear friends. I'm here again on my YouTube channel English Zone with a new video of English literature related to fathers of literary genre and their works. Friends, this is the second part of the particular title. Already, I have uploaded the first part, and if you want the first part link, I will mention it on my description box. You can check it out there and watch that video, the first part of Fathers of Literary Genres and their works. We all know, friends, that this is the very important topic related to English literature because we have to know from the literary genre which belongs to who is generated that kind of literary genre, and who is the founder of the particular movement in English literature. That's why I have uploaded this particular video for you all for your exam prospects. So please watch this video and also note down all the mentioned literary genres founded by whom in your notes so that it can be helpful for your exam prospects. So without any delay, let's start the video. Fathers of literary genres and their works. And one more thing, friends, if you're visiting first time on my channel, watching first time on this channel on YouTube, then please subscribe it and also share with your friends. If you like the video, press the like button after watching this. So let's begin. So friends, very first point of the video is the morning star of Renaissance. Answers Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer is known as the morning star of Renaissance. His most important literary works are The Canterbury Tales and The House of Fame. Next is number second, the father of tragedy. Answers Aeschylus. Aeschylus is known as the father of tragedy. His important literary works are The Parisians, Seven is Against Thebes, and The Suppliants. These are his important literary works of Aeschylus, and he is known as the father of tragedy. Number third is the first English comedy writer. Answers Nicholas Udall. Nicholas Udall is known as the father of first English comedy, and his most important work is Ralph Roister, which is the first comedy written in English. Roister is the first comedy which is written in English, and he's known as the Nicholas O'Donnell is known as the father of English comedy. Number fourth is The Poet's Poet by Charles Lamb. Edmund Spenser. Edmund Spenser is known as the poet's poet, and this phrase, the poet's poet, was given by Charles Lamb to Edmund Spenser. Charles Lamb has called Edmund Spenser the poet's poet. His most important literary work is The Fairy Queen and Epithalamion. This is the most important literary work of Edmund Spenser, who is known in English literature as the poet's poet by Charles Lamb. Next is number fifth, The Child of Renaissance. NC's Edmund Spenser. Edmund Spenser is the child of Renaissance, and we all know that the morning star of Renaissance is Geoffrey Chaucer. His important work is Epithalamion. Next is who invented printing press? That is John Gutenberg. John Gutenberg has invented printing press. Number seven is introducer of printing press in England. Friends, question number 6 and 7 both have a difference. In question number 6, the question is who invented printing press? That is Johann Gutenberg. And that's number 7 is introducer of printing press in England. If the question is who invented printing press in England, that is William Caxton. And who is the inventor of printing press? Then in English literature, then Johann Gutenberg. So question number 7 answer is William Caxton, who introduced first time printing press in England. Friends, Next is the founder of Metaphysical School of Poetry. Answer is John Donne. John Donne is known as the founder of Metaphysical School of Poetry, and his most important literary work is Holy Sonnets, which is known as Divine Sonnets also. Friends, you must have to know what is Metaphysical School of Poetry. Metaphysical School of Poetry is related to poems. There is a also poem, but these kinds of poems are highly intellectuals, and it has a strange imagery, frequent paradoxes, and also contain extremely complicated thoughts. So that's why metaphysical poetries are very highly intellectuals, and it has complicated thoughts and themes, and it was founded by John Donne in English literature. Next is number 9, the founder of Lake School of Poetry. Answer is William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is known as the founder of Lake School of Poetry. Friends, Lake School of Poetry is a group of poets who used to live in lake districts of England, and that's why this is known as the Lake School of Poetry. And the poets who were living there, they were William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, S.T. Coleridge, and Robert Southey. These are known as the Lake School of Poets because they live in the lake districts of England, and it was founded by William Wordsworth. And William Wordsworth's important literary works is Lyrical Ballads and The Prelude, which is known as the autobiography of William Wordsworth. The Prelude is known as the autobiography of William Wordsworth. Next is number 10, founder of touchstone method. Answer is Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold is known as the father of touchstone method. Friends, this touchstone method is related to criticism. In this method, the poet or critic used to judge a poet's work properly, that a critic should compare the passages that from where it has taken the works of from great master. Means a critic should, when he is criticizing any kind of literary work of some other writer, then he should do it, there should be a comparison between that. I mean, it should be compared with the works of the great masters of poetry from where that passage has been taken. That's why this is known as the touchstone method. And the most important literary works of Matthew Arnold is Dover Beach, The Scholar Gypsy, Pharisees, Culture and Anarchy. These are his important literary works. Number 11 is the father of English sonnet. Answer is Thomas Wade. Sir Thomas Wade is known as the father of English sonnet, and his most important literary work is Total's Miscellany. Next is the father of Indian English poetry. Answer is Nazim Ezekiel. Nazim Ezekiel is known as the father of Indian English poetry. Important works of Nazim Ezekiel are Night of the Scorpion, Latter Day Sham. Number 13 is father of pre-Raphaelite movement. Answer is D.G. Rosti. D.G. Rosti is the father of pre-Raphaelite movement. And what is pre-Raphaelite? Friends, this movement this was known as the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, and it was a group of English painters, poets, and art critics. This was founded in 1848 by William Holman Hunt, John Everett Millais, and D.G. Rosti, Dante Gabriel Rosti. And we have mentioned this D.G. Rosti only because he is the most important and famous member of this Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. That's why father of Pre-Raphaelite movement was known by the name of D.G. Rosti. And his important work is John Everett is a villa. This is his important literary work. Next is father of Gothic novel, and says Horace Walpole. His important literary work are The Castle of Otranto and Mysterious Mother. What is Gothic novel? Friends, Gothic novel has an element of fear, horror, death, and gloom. And The Castle of Otranto is known as the first Gothic novel in English literature. And the father of a Gothic novel was Horace Walpole. Number 15 is found introducer of blank verse, that is Olaf Surrey. Olaf Surrey has introduced blank verse in English in England. Number 16 is father of American poetry, and says Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman is known as the father of American poetry, and his most important literary work is Leaves of Grass. Next is number 17, the national poet of Scotland, that is Robert Burns. Robert Burns is known as the national poet of Scotland. And important works are A Found Case, Tam O'Shanter, Halloween, The Battle of Sharonmore. Number 18 is the morning star of Reformation, is known as John Wycliffe. John Wycliffe is known as the morning star of Reformation. And important works are The Last Age of the Church and the Medentis Divines. 19 is founder of Graveyard School of Poetry, that is Thomas Gray. Thomas Gray is the most important poet of the Graveyard School of Poetry. Friends, Graveyard School of Poetry is a group of poets who were written poetry, who were composed poems related to the themes of graveyard or churchyard. And it has a elegy. The poem in Graveyard School of Poetry is related to the elegy, someone's death, lament on someone's death, and some gloomy themes are of these kinds of poetry, which is known as the Graveyard School of Poetry. And the most important work of Thomas Gray is Elegy, written in a country churchyard. Next is father of modern drama. Henrik Ibsen is known as the father of modern drama, and he was the Norwegian dramatist, critic, and some he has written kinds of drama on the realism, related to realism, and the father of and the pioneer of transformation and revolution in modern drama. That's why he is known as the father of modern drama. He transformed and revolutionized the modern drama. His important work are Peer Gynt and A Doll's House, Ghost. These are his important literary works. Number 21 is founder of Irish theatre movement, that is W.B. Yeats, and his important literary works are The Wanderings of Oisin and the Other Poems, and the next is The Wind Among the Reeds. So friends, this was all we had in today's video, and I tried my level best to make a video on such topics which are very useful and which are important for your exam prospects. Even every topic of English literature we can say that are very important for exam prospects. And if we are a student of English literature, then we have to know each and every topic or each and every age of English literature, about every poets and authors, writers, dramatists. So I in this particular video, I have mentioned some important literary genres and their founders, fathers, and I tried also to explain some difficult topics, some difficult genre of English literature. So friends, if you like the video, please press the like button, and also share with your friends. Keep preparing with English Zone, and if you have any question, please inbox, message me or comment on my video so that I can I can communicate you with the messages. And also, if you have any queries, you can ask me. Thank you for watching English Zone, and please stay connected with English Zone for more information and for more videos related to English literature. Thank you very much.